Hey, I want to thank you for watching this video and attending maybe the in-person webinar wherever you are. This is for college planning and the qualification interview on getting the best education at the best price. Now, College Funding Solution and American College Foundation are uh, part sponsors. You can go to the American College Foundation and they help a lot of do-it-yourselfers. There's a scholarship there that you can sign up for and go through and fill it out, do the essay if you want to. But my name is Jeff, and if you're watching this video online, you are going to learn some key points about getting prepared for college for both the parents and the student. I haven't had a chance to meet you yet, but we will meet during a face to face qualification interview with you and your child over Zoom or Google Meets. It's very easy and private. I am really excited that you are here today, especially you seniors. You only have 1 year to prepare for college. You may have missed some deadlines already. However, we can still help you out with our services. The parents will like being able to help to navigate the FAFSA and know that it is right the first time. About 75% of the FAFSA filings are incorrect and can cause a huge gap in some funding money. Right, parents? You're getting a big jump on some of your competition. You will learn today that college funding is first come, first serve. And the earlier you start, the better results you will have. Parents, you want to dip into the endowment funds and use other people's money, right? You don't want to spend 80% of your time trying to get part of the 3% of the money. You don't mind paying your fair share, but you want to pay as little as possible, right? And stockpile more for retirement. I just want to congratulate you for not putting it off any longer. Now, seniors and parents, I don't want you to freak out, but you're already behind. There are some things that you have already missed, some funding strategies in particular that won't be as effective. So I'm glad that you didn't put it off any longer than you did. You get a lot of value out of what we are going to talk about. Before we get into the meat of the presentation, I just want to show you to know if you're listening and take some notes. You will be able to use some of this to help you save some money on college on your own. Even you seniors and your parents, don't leave seniors. Just a little hint that the investment is adjusted according to the years you use the program and the options you choose. Okay. Now, college planning is structured in three ways: the academic, social, and the financial. And my name is Jeff, as I have said, and I have teamed up with a national company called College Funding Solutions Inc. We will share more about them later. The main reason that I am engaged in college planning and why I am so passionate about college planning is that it is I've seen very firsthand that the biggest financial challenge most families face is paying for their children's education without killing their retirement. What I am here to show you, students and parents, is how you can get the best education at the best possible price for mom and dad. You are going to learn today the effective college planning, if done right, has three components: the academic piece, the social side, and the financial side. Now, the odds are against you. Over 50% of the kids who start college do not get their degree and they drop out. I'm not trying to scare you with that. I just want to let you know realistically what it's like out there. The biggest reason students drop out is lack of funding. The second reason is changing schools. Why? We know when you change schools, you increase the cost of college, right? The third is changing majors. If you think about it, students, what happens when you change schools and change majors? It costs more money, right, mom and dad? So, parents, I ask you, if we could help you get your child down to what they really want to have as a career and not change majors after 1 or 2 years, would it be worth it to have our program with college funding solutions, giving your senior a year of PSAT testing to narrow down what they really want to do? A year of SAT and ACT practice test to raise their score so they look fantastic to colleges they apply to. Right now, according to the Department of Education, the average student takes 5.5 years to get their bachelor's degree. Right now, our students complete their bachelor's degree in 4.5 years. How much do you think you will save with the extra year and a half of college? Or how much will you spend? And then save for retirement. What if your child works hard and applies themselves to the program and the college they want to go to gives them a 4 year free ride? This would be us working to move your money around, your assets off the radar, or even just the university begging your child to come to their university. Okay, over 85% of our students graduate. In fact, last year, our graduation rate was 86%. My task is to help determine if your son or daughter really qualify for the program. So, mom and dad, if the only thing I could do for you was to give your student an 86% chance of getting their degree versus over 50% chance of dropping out, what would that be worth to you guys? And nothing, and doing all that investing for nothing. How many of you know parents who have spent a lot of their hard earned money on college only for the student to drop out after 1 or 2 years, maybe three? The seniors in our program graduate on average in 4.5 years versus the national 5.5 years. So again, if the only thing I was able to do for you and your family was to getting your child in and out of school a year quicker, what would that be worth to you? Now, there are a couple of reasons why we have been so successful. We have experience. The first reason is the experience that we are so successful at this is our 24 years of doing this. We have worked with tens of thousands of families around the country. It is what we do full time. It's what CFS does day in and day out. And then the second key is selective. Now, I don't want to sound like a jerk, guys, but we don't work with everybody. So, students, if your mom and dad had to drag you here today or make you watch this video and you're not sure if college is for you, then to be honest with you, our program probably is not going to be a good fit for you because this is going to take some effort on your part. But if you know you are committed to getting your degree, and if you know college is important to you and it's a high priority, the information you will learn here today and the resources we have can provide you with a huge impact on the type of education that you get and what you have to spend. Now, College Funding Solutions was founded in 1993 and incorporated in 1998. Tens of thousands of families has been assisted by College Funding Solutions Inc. They have been nominated for Better Business by the Better Business Bureau for a Business of the Year. Executive Director Koi Howe is a noted author of Money for College. He's been in national publications, quoted in national publications, on radio talk shows, regarded as the industry expert. Now, eCollege Pro software for parents and students. These are the building blocks that you use in this program. It's customized for student profile, a comprehensive college planning report, behind the scene funding process insight, effective high school preparation, career planning, guidance, and suggestion. It has personalized test prep for ACT, SAT, and PSAT that is unlimited, college application guidelines and procedures, award letters and evaluations and appeals, strategies to maximize funding eligibility, and repositioning assets. And Naviance is the core piece. It's college career and life readiness framework. Mobile friendly and intuitive, helps students identify their strengths and cultivates their aptitude and abilities, empowers students to make informed choices. It caters to personalized test prep at ACT, SAT, and PSAT Unlimited. If you there's more through there, and only 15% of schools have this because it is too expensive. Most high schools can't afford it. It is here for your son and daughter. The school that does have it does not have the full version as CFS does. You can see how just this alone would be worth it to have for your son or daughter. Let's go on. Okay, college is three things. College is essential, expensive, and a business. What I want to do for the rest of the time is I want to show you some specific things that you can do to help your student get the best education for the best price for mom and dad. There are three things we need to make sure we all understand and about education. The first one is that it is essential. And I know you know that, or you wouldn't be here, right? I am sure you could have thought of a lot more fun things to do this evening or whenever you're watching this or listening to it online. But in today's marketplace, you almost have to have it to compete. On average, a student with a college degree will make twice as much money over their lifetime as a student with just a high school diploma. A student with a degree from a tier one college on average will make 8 times as much money over their lifetime. We do these workshops all over, and we talk to families. Mom and dads tell me I'm better at what I do than other people. I have more on the job experience, but because I don't have a degree, I'm stuck. Some of you parents may be shaking your head out there, so you know exactly what I am talking about. Obviously, college is essential. The second thing that you need to understand about college is it is expensive and the investment just keeps going up. What I want to be sure that you have a realistic expectation of what it's like now to send your child to college. Here is some colleges around Tennessee that you may be considering, and some uh, other colleges and universities. You can see that it's anywhere from $12,000 to $94,000. I haven't had a chance to talk to a lot of students here today or with you on while watching online. I don't know a lot about you to know what your goals are, but I bet some of you here have the ability and the desire to go to the tier one colleges or universities. If you are looking at some of the schools on the side of the chart, and mom and dad, your heart just skipped a beat, right? You're looking at sticker shock and sticker prices of 78K to 82K, 94K. The reality is, if you have the ability and the desire to get into and go to that type of school, a lot of times when it's all said and done, the out of pocket cost to go to a tier one school won't be much higher than the other schools. We also help students going to trade schools. And I know that is hard to get your head around. You're saying, wait a minute, the sticker price is 3 times higher, 4 times higher. You don't have to pay the sticker price. You don't have to pay the sticker price, mom or dad. When you purchase a new car or even a used car, do you ever pay at sticker? Most of the time, not. It's the same thing with the college education. You don't have to pay the sticker price. The great thing about these schools with the bigger sticker price is that they usually have more money to play with. The endowment money is what you help, that is what we help you go after. Again, I'm simply saying that if you have the ability and the desire to get into one of these schools, don't let the price tag scare you. Let's go through the process. Let's see what the school will offer you. Let's compare apples to apples. Then you can make a decision on the other things in these schools with the bigger sticker price. We talk about the average length of time it takes a student 5.5 years to graduate. A lot of these colleges will guarantee that they can get you in and out in 4 years, these tier one colleges. Your state college won't make that guarantee to you. That leads us to the last point, and that is that colleges are businesses. One of the things I'm going to be sharing with you is not only helping you to get into a position to get the best offer, but also how you can go back and appeal that offer, try to negotiate it for more money from the college. Has your counselor at your school talked to you about how to position yourself to appeal a financial aid offer? They won't. I'm not knocking your counselor. They are overworked and underpaid. There are hundreds of different items that they don't have time to address with you to help you with this. For instance, has your counselor talked to you about the most overlooked part of the admission application? Probably not. Have your counselors talked to you about the best time to make a campus visit? Have they talked to you about the worst time to make a campus visit? Just to summarize, college is essential, it's expensive, and college is a business. Your keys to success. The keys to success navigate the process is number one. You need to understand how all the pieces fit together. So, for example, why is career planning important when we are talking about paying for college? Why does a good SAT or ACT score make a difference, not only in getting into school, but also in how much you are going to pay to go there? We will help you with that. We will give you a complete understanding of the process. The only key to succeed is starting, the other key to succeed is starting early. Be in the front of the line. Financial aid is first come, first serve. And then effective career planning. Why are you here and why do you want to go to college? Pick 6 to 8 colleges you would like to attend. What type of college would you like to go to? Why is college important to you? What interests do you have of what hobby or activity do you like that you could make a living with? The vast majority of you would say because of the type of job you want, income potential, job security, etc. If that is the main reason you're going to college, don't you think career planning should be a big part of your college planning process? Mom and Dad, I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't know what your 16-year-old child will be doing the rest of their life. Are any of you parents doing what you thought you would be doing at 16? So we start out by doing a personality and an aptitude test, kind of like a Myers and Briggs test, if you are familiar with that. So we want to help the student identify their interests, their abilities, and their values. What are your interests? What are your abilities? Where do you have some natural talent? And what things come easy for you? What are your values? What is going to make you feel like you accomplished something at the end of the day? For some of you, you need something tangible. I was part of that. I don't tell the kids in my life that money is not important, but money is not everything. I don't want my kids or anyone really to go to work every day to a job they hate. It's what they do just for a paycheck. The beautiful thing is that a high school student, some of those things are going to change, right? Freshmen have 4 years to decide, but seniors, you are down to the wire. This program helps you with the PSAT test. Have you taken a test to see what is recommended for you? Do you see why the kids who start the process early have such a big edge, a big advantage, even in career planning? Now, the college enrollment options. Once you have a field of study in mind, the college search and selection process begins. You will want to find the colleges that are a best fit for you. You notice that I said colleges, plurals, because the worst thing you could do is to get tunnel vision on just one school. Again, we want you to apply to 6 to 8 colleges. If they know they don't have any competition, do they have any motivation to give you more money? Not at all. So we want to help you find 6 to 8 colleges that would all be really a good fit for you. And that way, no matter which one gives you the best offer, you know you are going to be comfortable there. There is about 10 questions you need to ask yourself about what type of university you want. There are hundreds of different things that we talk about, and I wish we had more time to go through that. There are no right or wrong answers to answer those, but those are things that you should consider. Let me tell you a couple of things we encourage students to look at. You probably won't hear anywhere else. You might want to write this down. One of the things we ask you to look at is called the yield. That is the number of students who were offered admission and actually end up attending. For example, let's say that Tennessee State or Vanderbilt University admitted 24,000 students for their freshman class year. Out of that 24,600 actually enrolled there. So the yield is 25%. So why is that important? Has your counselor talked to you about the yield? Why why do we look at that? Why does it matter? Another thing we look at is the loan default rate. Most people in high schools don't know this number or even talk about it. We get this information from most of the universities. This is important because type of money you want to make, the type of career you want to have, etc. So, we want to put you into a situation where you can be competitive. I don't want to make it sound like you just because you have a degree for a certain school, you are guaranteed success for the rest of the life of your life. But there are certainly some schools and some programs that will give you a more competitive position than others. Again, those are statistics. That does not have a lot of sizzle to them. You probably never ever heard of them prior to tonight. But do you see how knowing how they all work together as a big has a big impact? Finding the right school, finding the right major. Now, money for colleges. There's 3 types of funding. There's gift aid, self-help aid, merit aid, and then there's 3 funding sources: federal government, colleges, and private. We're going to focus on with you when you join the program as seniors is the merit aid. One girl who followed all of our program received $64K a year for 4 years for her merit-based scholarship. This is not the norm, but the university wanted to the top student. Now, the government, the 3 types of funding is federal government, colleges, and private. The federal government is both federal government and state grant programs as well, not just the federal government, the colleges and the colleges themselves. The private sector, only 3% of the funding comes from the private sector. So many people spend 80% of their time trying to get 3% of the funds. The federal government, let's talk about the federal government. Now, before you're eligible for a federal student loan or student aid programs, you have to fill out the FAFSA form. The FAFSA, the FAFSA form stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. You can file it beginning October 1st on your senior year. Now, I'm not trying to scare you with the FAFSA, mom and dad. Millions of families file it on their own every year. You could file it on your own, but the Department of Education estimates that 75% of FAFSA submissions each year contains errors. We help you make sure you file it right the first time. It might be an error that won't make a difference, or it might be an error that cost you thousands of dollars that you did not have to pay just because you did the form wrong. So, knowing how to complete this form and complete them correctly is very important. If we are working with you, we will give you a line by line answer sheet and filling filing instructions for your FAFSA. Let us help you get it right the first time. We will make sure that you have the answer key before October 1st because we want you to file it on October 1st. Because, as I said, this is a few minutes ago, and I'll repeat it, financial aid is first come, first serve. It's a lot like your tax return, mom and dad. It's not how you fill it out at the end of the year that really makes a difference. It's the planning that you did a couple of years before, right? Once the FAFSA has been filed, they send you a report back. It's called Student Aid Report. We help you appeal the SAR report if needed. So the SAR for Crystal lower number here. So look on the form, you'll see that the first expected family contribution was 5863. We helped them to amend their FAFSA. We had them refile it, and the EFC number is now about zero. So for Crystal's family, that is about 5863 a year in additional eligibility over the 4-year education. That is about 25,000 in additional eligibility for that family. Most of the students we help to refile their FAFSA would get lower numbers, so that would save them more money every year. You can see how this would be a valuable investment for lowering the out of pocket expenses, right, mom and dad? So, parents, what would it be worth to you for your child to become the professional man or woman they can become, but also save money? Another example, they filed their FAFSA. It was processed, it was accepted, and no one came back and notified them that anything was wrong. Their EFC was 28,765. We made corrections, they amended it, and their second EFC was 9,400. So for them, that was a 19,000 EFC number difference per year over a 4-year education. That is 76,000 EFC difference of additional eligibility. Now, again, I can't promise you, mom and dad, that we will lower your EFC by that much, but you will know that it is as low as it can possibly be. Okay, here's some SARS reports that we did. You can pause it and look at these and see the difference. This one here was a total difference of 17,308 of additional eligibility. This one here was 5,863. Okay, you'll need all the colleges you apply to on your FAFSA application, so it will go to the college. That's also one of the easiest way to show the colleges who their competition is without rubbing it in their face. So after we help you with the line by line answer sheet for your FAFSA, if your EFC is high, don't panic. That doesn't mean you can't get any help. It just means that you won't get any need-based money or any money from the government. And we can always reapply, make adjustments. Okay, this is where most of the money is. So we focus most of our efforts and your efforts here from the college. The college are the largest source of gift aid. Now, one of the first things you need to do is make yourself an attractive student. A 2.1 GPA and low test scores, you are not going to get any money from the colleges unless you are an amazing athlete or have a musical talent or sports or something like that. As far as merit-based money, as far as merit-based money, you're not going to get anything if your grades are low and have low test scores. I'm not saying you have to be a valedictorian. I'm not saying you have to be a 4.0 grade average, but I am saying you need to do the best you can in the classroom. Students, I'm going to treat you like an adult here. I know the teenagers in my life want to be treated like adults, so I'm going to give it to you straight. If you are not taking care of business in the classroom, all this other stuff we're talking about is not going to do you a whole lot of good. So you need to work hard in the classroom and always give it your best. The second thing you need to do is to keep your options open. As I said before, don't get tunnel vision. It is okay to have a favorite. And I know some of you already have a favorite right now. Don't let them know that. Apply to 6 to 8 colleges or universities. You need, so when you are working with us, when you got those award letters, we want you to send them to us so we can help you to evaluate them. Because realistically, you don't know if you're getting a good deal or not. Let's look at the sticker prices you attend. Okay, the sticker price is like, say, $59,000. Let's say they offer you $22,000 in scholarships and grants. Is that a good offer or a bad offer? Sounds pretty good to me, $22,000. What if they normally give $28,000 on average? Yeah, then 22,000 is not very good, is it? If they normally give 15, then 22 is a real sweet offer, right? So you have to compare the college to itself. In other words, what does the college normally do for a family in your financial situation with your academic strength? Well, that information is not just floating around out there on the internet, guys. We spend a lot of money on the data to be able to provide that information to our clients. About 90% of the colleges in this country, we can tell you what their average offer to be based on your financial situation and your academic strength, just like with the yield and the default number we get. So when you get those award letters, bring them to us and we are going to help you to evaluate them. And when we are going to help uh, you appeal the offer, I'll show you a couple of examples of the free money we got after for you and your child. Look at the award money. I'm going to, here's here's one that got 19,000, total gift of 39,000. Here's one 19,000, a difference of 15,000. 24,000, a difference of 9,000. We help you focus on the free money, not the loans and not the gift aid. Going back to our example of 22,000 offered when they normally would offer 28,000. So we coach mom and dad and the student on how to appeal the letter and the offer. Then you'll see the revised financial aid package for the same student. Now there is $900 difference per year. If we keep if he keeps up his grades, he'll get a similar offer for years 2, 3, and 4. So just for that one step in the process, that's going to be an extra $3,600 over 4 years that mom and dad won't have to pay. Another example, the total gift aid was 18,500. Then we appealed the offer and a revised award letter. There's also now $3,000 more in free money per year. That's $12,000 in savings over 4 years, just because we appealed the offer. The next example is from Yale. When they tell you they only give need-based money over $5,000 each year in additional funding, over $21,000 over 4 years. Any idea what Yale's University's endowment fund is worth? Billions. It is $20 billion with a B. Yale won't miss $21 over 4 years. Do you guys think that family would miss 21,000 over 4 years? That's more money for retirement. And here's some more. 19,000. Oh, 10,000. This is the private sector scholarship. Now, this is the final source of money in a private sector. This is where you get the least amount of money, like 3%, but put 80% of the effort into it. And the bad news is that the college will deduct it from what they granted you. We can appeal this too. Here's the comprehensive resources that we have. I just want to quickly review for those of you who are looking for some help with this. When we are done with the workshop, we are going to do an individual interview to see if you qualify for our assistance. Again, not to sound arrogant, but we don't work with everybody. So, students, if you're not serious, if you're not committed, it probably won't be a good fit. But for those of you who are looking for help, I just want to review what we offer. The career planning and guidance link to strength, college college search and selection assistance, admission counseling, campus visit details, SAT, ACT, PSAT, test prep, unlimited uses to bring your scores up, individualized and catered to each student, personalized study aid for each student, personalized assistance with financial aid applications, award letter evaluation, private sector scholarship assistance, hands-on guidance, answers to you can trust, over 2 decades of experience. Now, now here's the client advanced consultation. There's a lot of consultation that you can get, and it depends on what you want to choose. You can do volunteer work, admission app. You can talk to our consultation or our counselors about any of these to help get through the process. Now, here is some testimonies from people. You can pause it here and read this if you want to. I'll read a little. I can't believe how much there is to do and how confusing it is for a first timer, right? And then here's somebody that did a background check with the college funding solution with the Better Business Bureau and says that they passed with flying colors. And here's another one that somebody wrote in about. You can pause it here if you want to read some of this. It says Cheney's assistance and the services of your company financially, this would be prohibited. My wife and I think that signing up for your services was the best investment that we have ever made. The cost to benefit was substantial. If the return on investments were the same for our stocks, we could pay cash for a luxury car. Okay, now here is the program enrollment fees. The fee is based on the amount of time you have to be able to use the software. A freshman will be able to use it longer than a senior. You can choose how many hours of consultation you want. You can choose time for Advanced Life Strategies LLC. Now, we provide a 40-page funding analysis report. We provide a line-by-line answer sheet for the FAFSA and the CSS profile if required. seniors should hop on this right away. It could save them thousands just by filling it out right the first time by the deadline. Provides access keys to eCollege Pro Family Suite, which includes unlimited access to the Naviance and the College Funding Solutions secure website. Naviance is a college and career readiness platform that helps high school students connect their academic achievements to their post secondary goals. Naviance offers unlimited personalized online exam preparation and exams for the SAT and ACT to bring your test scores up. The client secure CFS website provides in-depth college preparation strategies for both the student and the parents, along with a 4-year planning timeline if you have the 4 years. There is an 18-pillar goal line for each student to complete so that they can get the most money from the endowment fund possible. We evaluate and offer an opinion regarding the institutions of the funding based on the student's qualifications and the institution's history of award funding. If I were mom and dad, my question would be, how much is it? Well, that is a great question. And when we do the qualification interview, we can talk about that. Let's look at a few This program helps a freshman in high school to graduate as a professional with a great resume so that the college and university beg them to come to their institution. You can find places to do the sample SAT, ACT, and PSAT test that cost more than some of you may invest in with this for your child. With this, you get unlimited uses of the SAT and ACT to bring up the test scores. Here's a QR code that you can scan to fill out a form to speed up the process for the individualized qualification interview. Okay. For those of you who would like to see if you are will qualify and you enroll in the College Funding Solution program, think about how much money you and your parents will save when you cut a year off of to graduate before others do. That's a year you don't have to pay to go to school and a year you get to be in your career sooner, being a high income earner. When matching your strengths and likes to a career, you won't become a professional student and change career choices. Most of my high school students have a 4 hours investment for it. You really see why shortly because of all of the areas of consultation. You can get unlimited CFS consultations if you choose. Unlimited is recommended for freshmen. We see that freshmen have more time to accomplish this program to the fullest and use a lot of consultation. It pays off in the long run. One young family or one young lady that used the program to the hilt got $69,000 a year for her college to choose, for her college of choice for 4 years. That was a great investment for her parents. Did you know that there is such a thing as an asset protection allowance? So, mom and dad, Do you know when the deadline is for you to legally move your assets or money around? Or it does not show up on your FAFSA radar? I am just curious. Has the counselor maybe talked to y'all about the asset protection allowance deadline? Where can you put your money so it does not show up on the FAFSA radar? How do your 401k or your IRA contributions affect your financial eligibility? College Funding Solution Inc. does these workshops all over the country. They have done enough to know that for about 3 out of 4 of you, this makes a lot of sense. You have some interest and you want to know if you qualify. So we will do individual interviews on first come, first served basis based on the order that we get your responses from your forms. Scan the QR code, like I have stated before. Not all of you will qualify. It depends on the student's interview. You don't want to waste your money, and we don't either. You can still try to save money. Neither College Funding Solutions, Inc. or Advanced Life Strategies, LLC, guarantees a student's college enrollment or funding eligibility. Information, facts, and opinions distributed by College Funding Solutions, Inc. and Advanced Life Strategies, LLC are provided on an as-is basis, without warranties of any kind. Your success depends on the effort the parents and the students put into the program. I would much rather tell you you don't qualify. Whether you work with us or not, you want to get used to being at the front of the line. If this is not for you, I appreciate you watching this video or coming out to the seminar. I hope you learned a lot. It was great to meet you, and I wish you the best of luck. So, I am going to call the first family up. I will leave this up for a little while so that you can um, scan the barcode or the QR code, fill out the form,